All right. How's everybody doing this evening? We are live. Not in five. No, I was kidding. All right. Um, Hope everybody is having a good week. Um, got people messaging me. I should know I'm on here. Um, Hope everybody is having a good week. Um, we're coming off of Ocala. We're right back to back. We got 3 shows in a row. This will be the third show in a row, but that's okay. We are in Tallahassee this weekend. I'll talk about Tallahassee a decent amount in this show. Hope everybody is doing good. Um, awesome, Stephen. Great. It's great to have you back there, Steve. Stephen, there. Hopefully you had a good time, Mark. Appreciate you making the trip along with other vendors that are coming up. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And Jonathan, thanks for coming out. I do have your Tampa Toy Con app and just figuring out where I'm going to put you here. And then we got JWJ on here. Yeah. Anyway, I was going to show the Bruce off, but it's not really easy to grab. So anyway, yeah, we'll be here and then Tracy, I hope you bring in the heat this weekend because I think we got no Margaret, so it's just you with the Barbies. Well, no, that's not true. Well, but as far as mainly Barbie, so I would say we do have Shay, and we'll be setting up also. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out and watching the show. And thanks, Mike. And we will miss you guys this weekend. I know it's a long trip from Orlando, guys. So I'm going to show that actually here in a minute. But we are appreciative to everybody that is coming out to the Tallahassee show. I'm going to talk a little bit about the show here in a minute. Just want to say, we're ready. We are ready for Tallahassee. And this show this weekend makes, in my opinion, hopefully everybody else's opinion, makes us a statewide. We are statewide, so that means for me, other than us going to the Eastern Panhandle, this is a realization of a goal that I've had to be able to really say we are Florida Toy Shows. That we are statewide. We're from Tallahassee to Jacksonville area down to Fort Lauderdale, not Miami, but down Fort Lauderdale, across to Fort Myers and Tampa and Orlando, and we're hitting all of the big cities other than Miami, which I realize people do want us to come to Miami, but vendors really say no. It's just getting vendors to come down that, just like it is. It was tough to get vendors to come up to Tallahassee, but let's see how we do, and maybe it'll work out. Okay, great. Okay, so let me go and talk a little bit about. I'm going to do a quick little schedule review. I will be talking about this again, but I just want to go over kind of where things are at right now as of today, and so we do have Tallahassee coming up, and then we have about a three what?
2 weeks.
That's it.
That's it.
We all right. I'm gonna hold on a second. I'm not ready. Okay.
2 weeks, dude.
Really?
2 weeks.
Oh man.
You have my birthday weekend and you have 4th of July.
So
and
much
Tampa
for
Toy Con.
so much for vacation. All right. Anyway, okay. So 2 weeks after that, we are back with our biggest show of the year, which I am behind. I'm not gonna lie. I am behind on that. I'm gonna talk about Tampa Toy Con here in a minute, but let me go ahead and talk a little bit more about the schedule. And let me. I don't think I need to be big for this. Let me go. Okay, so Tampa Toy Con, I do have. Well, I'll go over the tables here in a minute. But Tampa Toy Con, I'm going to start putting out the guests for that tomorrow. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit taken aback by this. Is only 2 weeks away.
2 weeks.
Oh my God. All right. Anyway, Coral Springs is the week after that. So you're saying we have 2 weeks off and then we have 3 weeks on. Is that what you're saying?
2 weeks off, 3 weeks on.
I want to kill you, Jeff Mercado. That's what I want to do. Anyway, it's okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I got off a little path. For some reason, I'm thinking it's 3 weeks, and it's not. Thanks for a reminder, Lisa. Anyway, 2. Okay, we're gonna move on now. Okay.
Hey, you keep mentioning it.
Okay. So Coral Springs and then Fort Myers. Then after that, we will have a couple more week break, and then we'll be back for Star Wars and GI Joe. And I do have guests for that show also. And then okay. So anyway, I'll come back to the schedule, but I do have tables left at the Tampa Toy Con. Most of the walls I think are gone unless you want something towards the back. I do have 10 by 10 walls in towards the back there, and then I have still have some corner booth. I got a couple corner booths left, and then some 10 by 10 aisles, and then regular aisles. So I'll be hitting up everybody, all the regulars that I haven't really pinned down, and to try to fill up to finish filling up these. In Coral Springs, I've got just aisles left, guys. So that is an amazing show. That is an amazing show. Both of these are amazing shows. Fort Myers, this will be the first time we're in July, which is originally the date that I wanted when we first started, but it just didn't work out. So a couple of years ago. So all right, we'll come back to the schedule. Let's talk about Ocala this last weekend. I hope everybody had a good show. The way that my main feedback is that we did have a pretty good show and turnout. We did have a little bit of issues with AC. I don't know what that was, if something wasn't turned on right or what, but we got it finagled around. Where I'm at with this is, I had talked to the Equestrian Center first, which is just huge, right? At Ocala Comic-Con, I think they take up at maybe half the 50,000 square feet. And so they would rent us one of those buildings, and so we would have to drape off some of the space, because I just don't. It's a lot to fill that. Now everybody, but what I did is I decided to go ahead and go smaller, for the first show, and then I did a second show. If you guys remember, we did a second show in November. This show that we did this last Sunday was actually contracted last October. Last October, when I contracted November, I contracted June 14th also. So this was set up regardless of what the turnout was. And I just think I like the Hiltons and everything, but I just think that this show needs to be, in order for us to get more people and all of that stuff, we need to go to a bigger venue. So my plan right now is to try to move this to the Equestrian Center. I don't have a date or anything. I haven't talked to them in a little while, but that is my plan, unless I come up with another venue, okay, to move it to. Nothing against the hotel. The staff is great. They let us in early. We were able to set up. We didn't have any problems. Didn't have any issues as far as the staffing or or anything like that. Just the AC and a little bit, but in general, it was good. It's your fault. All your cool stuff was by the thermostat. Okay. All right. Hey, Lisa. Hopefully you had a good day, and looking forward to talking to you soon about various things We'll miss you there this weekend. It's a long drive. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. Awesome. Yeah, you guys. I think the feedback that I got is people were spending money at the show. There were good customers. In fact, I do want to mention that you guys remember the Rodan that we've had the last few weeks. Jesus sold that at the show this weekend, so that was a $2,000 plus piece that you just don't see. I considered buying it myself, but I'm not necessarily a Godzilla super fan, and I've got so many other. I got some big stuff projects that I'm working on, which you guys are gonna see. Our friend Ray has redone the Deadpool that we have, so it looks amazing, which we'll have in Tallahassee this weekend. He's working on the Silver Surfer. I don't know if you guys remember the Silver Surfer that I had. That is being worked on. In fact, we're building a stand for it because it didn't come with a stand when I bought it, which I got it from Retro Rat, actually, 3 years ago or something like that. And then we're working on. We're now also working on Iron Man, which won't be at the show this weekend. Okay, you know what? That's I mean, that's kind of where we're at. We weren't quite, we're probably 100 people down from last July, but we were more than November. So that's where we were with the numbers. I just think that my opinion on the area is that you gotta they do have several comic and toy show stores in the area, more than the average, I would say. And then you have easy access to renegers and different things like that up there. And so I mean, I don't think that really makes too much of a difference, but it does a little bit. And then we have our new pricing, that the amount of people that complain is very nominal. So I'm not really I'm not going to reverse that, but I just think the size of the space and everything, it just needs to be, we gotta up our game. I gotta do more, or do something bigger. I just think it is a bigger attraction for people. That's just my and oh, hey, Josiah, yeah, okay, awesome. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys. If you guys are on here from the Tallahassee show, this is going to be big. I'm gonna talk a little bit about now. Joe, I think that's how you say it. Sorry if I'm messing your name up there. Feel free to share, like, are there shows up there? Because I didn't see a toy show up there. So I think this is going to be really good. And everybody, that's coming should be bringing their A game, because I do think that there's going to be, there's buyers. We've got, going back to the Tallahassee show this weekend. We've got, over 3,000 people, about 3,000 people interested on Facebook for this show. I don't think there's really any other toy shows. We're going to have Keith Coogan there. I know that there is a card show there. That's why, one of the reasons why we're not going to have, we'll have a couple card vendors, but in general, it's not a card show. I always tell people that, but we will have some cards, but and then but they take up both buildings. Huh?
We're gonna have Pokemon this weekend.
I just said we're going to have Pokemon cards. There's going to be, I think, 3 vendors, or 2 vendors that are Pokemon, and then other vendors have Pokemon, okay, mixed in their booth.
Yeah.
But it's not a card show. I always tell people that it's not a card show. I understand that, card shows are like the super popular thing right now, and that's great, but that's not what we're going to be. I'm sticking with, I'm sticking with what we're doing. I mean, I hope it does. I hope it comes through that, sometimes sometimes I think about deviating from um, my game plan on different things. An example, I'll go to Lisa and just kind of say, hey, I want somebody, somebody wants a space, and I don't know if it's a good plan, and she'll be like, no, but I do that not because Lisa is going to tell me what booths to have, but mostly just she's definitely the other half of my personality would know, no, you don't want that. So, there's a lot of people I've told, no, I don't just take people's money just to fill space. I mean, actually, even at the show, we wanted to have more vendors at this. I do have a little bit of space left, and I told like two or three people that I just wasn't going to take their money. So like one person, they had this huge booth, and they had some kind of, I don't know, art, or I didn't understand what they were selling. So I was like, no, I'm sorry. Let's see. Sunday was your third show. That's amazing. Well, like I said, I'm really glad to have you back. And all right, well, hey, enjoy your evening there. The Boyles there. Okay. Um, Again, so let me go over a little bit about some images here from Tallahassee. Let me go ahead and let's see. So okay, so this is kind of like the space from the road. The building that we're using is going to be here on the right hand side. There's lots of parking and stuff up here. I'll show a map here in a minute. But basically, we're going to be here on the right hand side. This is what the building looks like on the inside. This is the card show. We're going to have every vendor in there is going to have like plenty of space. I think it's going to be set up as 10 by 10s in there. So you're going to have plenty of room. This is the card show. I found a picture on Google of the card show, but this is the building and what it kind of looks like inside. There wasn't a lot of pictures of it, and I didn't go in when I was there, because when I was there last year, when I contacted them and went there and visited the place last year. This is last June. The lady really acted like, well, if I can fit you in, I'll call you next year or something. And then she did. I was like blown away. So this is what it looks like inside. Now, here's a map of the actual venue on the left here. Let me see. On the left here, this is the gate where that sign is. So like you see this sign, there's actually a sign on the other side too, but this is looking down, from the left of this map. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but we are in building 2. All right. And then there's some food stuff. There should be a food person there. Abe did have to cancel due to a family, kind of I hate to say a family death. Things happen, so he won't be there. But but there should be another food person that I'm working with on that. That I think will be there. But anyway, but we're in building 2. All right. So there's plenty of parking. There's actually a load-in door, I think, in the back. So I'm gonna be up there on Friday. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the setup here in just a moment. Let's see. All right. So let me talk a little bit about the times for people that are on here that are setting up. And then I'll be sending out the information tomorrow. Tomorrow, like around noon. I've got an appointment in the morning with a couple things, and then I'll be here. So you'll get that information tomorrow. So it basically, there is going to be Friday setup, and that's going to be 3 to 8. Okay. I say that because it's going to depend on the heat. Now, you might say, well, what does that matter? Well, the way that they work there is they're just giving us the space to set up on Friday, okay, and letting us, do that. But I'm going to be paying for air conditioning for like 4 hours. That's the max before I have to pay for a whole day. So I'm getting I'm air conditioning the building from 2 to 6. Okay. So after that, you know, once it gets hotter in there, we're bouncing. So if you want to come and set up your space, I'll be there. Me and Sean will be there from 3 on. We're gonna get there around 2, but I want to make sure that your table is ready. So 2 o'clock or so. And again, that is at building 2 here. Okay, so I'll need some time to make sure that everything is set up. Everybody's going to have plenty of room. Like I said, you're going to have, these are all 8-foot tables. Everybody should be getting 2 chairs, and then you're going to have 8 feet behind your table, which is abnormal. But that's, I could have put a whole nother bunch of other vendors in here, but we got to start somewhere. All right, awesome. See you Friday. Okay, cool. All right, now what I do want to do is I want to, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit of a map here I made. Again, I want to thank all of the vendors for coming. Let's see. I just want to show you guys a map here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so this is the map from basically Mark Moriarty's house to Tallahassee. I mean, it's 270 basically. So it's a hike. Okay, it's not insurmountable. It's probably about the same as maybe going to Fort Lauderdale, but so I do appreciate everybody coming there. Let me go ahead and let's see. Okay, this one is, I'm going to just kind of go here. Let's see, North Florida Fair. And then you guys. So you'll see again the map here. Our building is right here. We're not, this is for and then I guess you can see a picture of it. Let's go ahead and look. It's the one next door here. See photos. All right. So actually it's building number 2. So that is what it looks like from the outside. So this roll-up door we're not planning on using. Let's go and look and see. There's a back door, you guys, that I want to try to use. Let's just look here, or a side door, because when the air is on, okay, there's stairway. Let's see if this allows us to go behind here. I don't think it will. No, but I do know from the map that there is a back door. Okay, so once we're there, we'll figure it out. But I don't, with the heat and everything, I really do not want to use the roll-up door. Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, that is what that's what the building looks like from the outside. This is 3 years ago in June. All right. Okay. Okay, let me go and make sure that I don't have anybody else, or I mean any other things. Man, Lisa really kind of burst my bubble here with the 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Jeez, 2 weeks. I got the Beavis and Butthead back here.
Yeah,
thanks a lot, Mark.
They're right. It's like they're sitting on your shoulder.
Still okay. Looking to add. Just making sure my notes. Turnout. Okay, we talked about Ocala. All right. I think that's it, guys. I mean, I appreciate everybody being here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, I'll be sending out this the information to the vendors. Just to go ahead and go quickly back over the schedule. Again, we've got Tampa Toy Con in 2 weeks after, like 3 weeks from this past Saturday. How about that? And then Coral Springs and then yeah, we're just the hits keep coming.
We got 1 week between Fort Myers and Star Wars.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's more than that. It's 2 weekends.
It's 1 weekend between the 2 shows.
Yes, but it's 1 weekend off, okay?
Yes. 1 week off.
Okay.
Not 2 weeks, 1 week.
Yeah, okay. All right, anyway, okay. I appreciate it. Did get no, I am posting those tomorrow. I am behind, man. I am behind, Jason. Help a brother out over here. I need help. But I will be posting them tomorrow afternoon for sure. Okay, because I've really got to get these graphics going, and I really got to. I mean, we've got people coming to the show. You know, we got interest in the show. I've been advertising the show. I just haven't posted the guests, and that's really where I'm really slacking. Like, this is I just next year I gotta get some more help to manage some of this stuff. And it will happen. It's just this is just we got our schedule is just really there's just a lot of shows, and I think that I'm maxed out as far as being able to, especially when you add guests. Adding the guests thing there's so much time and effort in it seems very simple. Okay, it seems very simple, but you add in, besides the hotels and all that, and I appreciate you guys still staying on here for my little ramble, but you add in you already have a lot of work just getting the people to come to the show, filling the space with vendors, and then coordinate with the hotel. It's just a lot of work. And then on top of that, it can be 3 weeks in your world if you want. Okay. And then you throw in the guest thing. Okay. And Mary, this lady that has been helping me with the guests for Tampa Toy Con has been amazing. All right. But awesome, Aaron. I'm looking forward to having you at the show. This is going to be an interesting experience for both of us. It won't be our first show, but first show in Tallahassee. But when you add the guests in and managing flights, and then trying to add guests to other shows, and then trying to make sure that everybody has a hotel and food and all, there's just a lot of stuff. I will say that I plan on going to Joe Fest, I believe, next week, or that's my plan.
During the 2 weeks off?
Yes, during the 2 weeks. I don't know how I'm pulling this off, but anyway, the reason why I'm mentioning that is Ed has so many guests at his show that he's got to be a complete stress ball, because it's just a lot. It's not, getting the vendors and everything. Anyway, it's just a lot, guys.
Are we going to have any volunteer opportunities for Tampa Toy Con?
I don't. Of course we are. Okay. All right.
3 weeks away.
I really think she's trying to make me have a heart attack. Anyway,
3 weeks.
you guys have a good evening. I will see you. Okay. All right. Cool, Mike. I appreciate that. If you guys have a good evening, we'll be back on Tuesday. We'll be back right here on video on Tuesday. In 1 week. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. I appreciate you coming out, and I look forward to seeing you in Tallahassee. If not, we'll see you in 2 weeks. All right. Bye now.